Acre. Joining Kevin and I believe, if we could do all this, is Mark Hanford. Mark is the operating manager of Local Acres. We keep taking a look at businesses here in our area, and we shift now over into the Kego and Sylvan area. Mark, good morning and welcome to the Splash Live.
Good morning, Dave and Kevin. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you here. I didn't know, that Calvin, I got to move a little bit and get my face cut off. There we go. But I didn't know that Calvin could get us all on TV all at the same time. My big face doesn't fit in the screen too well. So good to have you here with us, Mark. Thank you very much. So, I was looking on Facebook and I looked at your business. I gotta get somebody on from Local Acre and learn more about what you're doing, because what you're doing seems like a very unique approach. So let's just start from ground zero and tell us what Local Acre is for people that are not familiar with you.
Sure, Dave. So Local Acre, we are an urban farm and kitchen. So as you had mentioned, we are unique in the sense that we have both a farm side of our business as well as a full commercial kitchen and a retail space. So part of what we brought into Sylvan Lake is the ability to grow our own microgreens here at Local Acre, and then harvest them and serve them fresh and sell them in our store, as well as Oakland County's farmers market. So people can come in and buy freshly harvested microgreens. They haven't been on a truck for a few days and then set out. They've been just harvested, and you can pick them up fresh here. Not only that, but we incorporate our microgreens into all different types of baked goods and foods that we make here in our commercial kitchen, including microgreen powders, prepared meals, and others.
Well, Mark, you're going to have to help me out a little bit. Every industry has its own unique terminology, and, I know what a microscope is, but I'm not so sure that I know what a microgreen is. Maybe you can help me out.
Sure. That's a common question that many people have. And so microgreens are young vegetables between the stage of sprouts and baby greens. Many people will also call microgreens sprouts, but it is actually a different stage than sprouts, and it's actually a safer to eat stage of vegetables than sprouts. So they are very nutrient dense. That's because you're eating the seed leaves, or what they call cotyledons, of the plant, where they have not formed their first true leaves, but they are concentrated nutrients inside the small leaves, up to 40 times more nutrient dense than the more adult plant.
Wow, very interesting. Well, I had no idea. It sounds very cool. What is the cycle to take these microgreens from their very first planting to when you can harvest them and deliver them to your customers?
So there's a range. Right now we work with microgreens. Radish is our fastest producing microgreen within 7 days. So from the time that we soil the trays, seed it, and harvest it, we can do that within easily 7 days with radish. When we get into broccoli, cabbage, and sunflower, we're looking at more like 10 days. Then there's cilantro, and cilantro is a longer grow, depending on whether you're looking to get the first true leaf on that, which the chefs like, or something just before then, which is what we do. Basically, we get that in about 14 plus days, and we do a special blend with our cilantro and radish mix.
Wow, really amazing. Mark Hanford joining us from the Local Acre. Kevin, I'll get to you in a minute. This, Mark, just so you know, Kevin's new with us. and his comp is different than any other new reporter we've had. He gets paid by the question. So he's going to want to get a couple of questions in here. He's not going to have a very good day. So hang on. I got one more, and then it's all you, Kevin. Mark, so I mean, do you do all this right in your space? I assume you do this inside because you're doing it all the time. Kind of talk. We're going to get out with a camera crew, but until then, talk about how this is all laid out and how it works.
Okay. So yeah, we do all of this here inside the store, about 2,400 square feet. About 1/3 of that is dedicated to the grow space. So there we have a 3-compartment sink where we wash trays and utensils and things like that. And then we have racks, vertical racks of microgreens. Now we are a soil-based grower of microgreens. We do not use hydroponics. And then, so we grow, and we do this every week. So that cycle that we spoke about, 7 or 10 days, that's going on every single week of the year, winter, spring, fall, summer. And then we have our kitchen side. So there we have our dehydrators, our oven, tables, mixer, because we do so much. We do everything from chicken, with vegetables that we cut up. And so we create these meals. We have we're family owned, so there's 4 of us, my wife, my 2 sons, and myself. And we produce this all here. Then we have the Oakland County Farmers Market, which we're at every week, Saturdays right now. And then once May hits, we're there Thursdays and Saturdays. So we have different goals. We have people on subscription for our prepared meals, as well as we have ready to go, as you can see back in our refrigerator, that you can purchase right here a la carte. Then we have, yeah.
No, absolutely amazing. Kevin, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Sounds good. Hey, thank you, Mark. My first question is, you made a big difference between microgreens and sprout and any other level of growth with the produce. Can you just talk about what inspired your research and development behind microgreens specifically?
Sure, Kevin. Thank you for that question. We grow the microgreens. Sprouts are a more regulated plant, and that goes to being involved with germinating in a moist, wet environment with water. Some other mechanisms in a jar or otherwise. And sprouts are, I think it was back in the 70s, there were issues with some E. coli and other issues with sprouts. And so then a safer method is growing microgreens, where you're cutting the plant off above the soil level. And we do those with knives. And so that is a safer way of harvesting the vegetable, just like you would harvest other vegetables, above the soil. It's not kept in a recycled water environment. So we grow in new soil every week. They're also
Mark,
more
we got to run
nutrient
along.
dense.
I am so Mark, I'm so sorry. We have to run along. This is fascinating. I said microscope, microgreen at the beginning of the show. I didn't realize this is going to be so scientifically based and technology based, but absolutely terrific. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one of the most unique grow operations in Metro Detroit, and this time it's all about food and vegetables. Mark, thank you very much for being with us. We appreciate it, Mark. From Local Acre. We'll come out, bring the crew, and get to know you a little bit better, all right?
Yeah, thank you, Dave. 2454 Orchard Lake Road, Sylvan Lake, 248-668-8575.
Got a website?
www.localacre.com.
All right, Mark, thank you very much. Very interesting. Looking forward to learning more.